What's going on, YouTube? This is Sloptuber number 3794 here, and today I'm going to be making a video on why I'm boycotting the Switch 2. After waiting a few days just to see what the internet's consensus was, I believe this would be the perfect opportunity to make an 8-minute video that easily could have been an email addressing the coldest, safest, most milquetoast takes on the subject. Because, God forbid, I end up forming my own opinion instead of going with the internet mob mentality like the NPC that I am. With that being said, let me explain on why I'm personally boycotting Nintendo's next-gen console, the Switch 2. The first reason why I'm boycotting the Switch 2 is because Mario Kart World $80 reduce. And that's only for the digital version. If you want to buy the physical version, you're going to have to cough up a little more. While it's never been confirmed from Nintendo that a physical copy of Mario Kart World would cost $90, but do you expect me to do any research aside from just looking at a few rage bait posts on Twitter? Another problem I have with the shitch number 2, see what I did there? Poopy funny? Are the game key cards. What this is that you're basically paying money for a download code, not even a physical copy of the game itself, that's supposed to be downloaded on an empty game cartridge. And after that, you can only play the games online. Which means that once Nintendo shuts down their internet servers for the Switch 2, you can never play that game again. While the previous sentence I said is full of inaccuracies and being able to only play the keycard games online has been debunked by Nintendo themselves, and the game keycards so far are just limited to third-party titles. But again, do you really expect me to do any research on the topic I'm talking about? One more thing that really grinds my gears, steams my beans, and makes doo-doo simmer is that it's not original in the slightest. It's just a copy of Nintendo's previous systems, just with graphical upgrades, a C button that feels like low-quality Discord, and stupid mouse controls that are only going to be used for like 5 games. While fans have been talking about a Switch 2 for a while, and the fact that the OG Switch sold over 150 million units makes sense as for why Nintendo wanted to stick to already what works, instead of making an entirely new gimmick. Not to mention, the Switch 2 receives all of the same content as its predecessor, like backwards compatibility and having access to the entire online library of games from previous Nintendo systems, rather than just starting over like they've done with Virtual Console. That doesn't really matter to me since Nintendo is supposed to be about innovation, and them not being innovative this time around is making me big mad. So to sum everything up, I'm boycotting the Switch 2, and you should too. What up, y'all? Sloptuber number 3794 here, and I'm going to be reviewing the Nintendo Switch 2. But before I continue, yes, I did say that I was going to be boycotting the Switch 2, but my wife's boyfriend got me this as a present. I swear. So now let's go over the system that he gifted me, with it being the bundle that came with the digital copy of Mario Kart World. So let's just review this game in a very fair and unbiased way. As you would expect, this game is basically Mario Kart, just with the new gimmick of it being that it's now open world. And my god, these graphics, it looks like a PS3 game, even though the confirmed specs debunk this otherwise. But does that really matter? Also, this gimmick of driving to the next track is really boring. Like, yeah, I'm playing against CPUs and it would probably be a lot more chaotic against human players, but I'm just going to say that it's boring regardless and move on. One more thing to note, I hate how much slower your momentum is in the air. While this is expected because, well, physics, I'm still going to treat this as a major strike against it. Let's now move to the free roam mode that gave this game its name in the first place. So this is free roam, which is basically just Mario Kart, but without the kart racing. So in other words, pretty freaking boring. While this is an added mode for players to freely drive around in, I'm going to pretend that it takes away from the core Mario Kart gameplay and say that this mode ruins the whole game. Like, if I wanted an open world racing game, I'd just play Forza. I can't believe Nintendo would have the audacity to sell this game for $80. Even though it's technically $50 if you get the bundle like I or my wife's boyfriend gifted to me by doing the bare minimum. Which is really ironic for me, because my meat riding fans unironically devour my slop where I just do the bare minimum of rambling into a microphone for 30 minutes and just cut out the filler. Or most of it. With my content not being interesting or thought-provoking whatsoever. I'd also like to talk about the Switch 2's chat feature, but I don't have the web camera accessory just yet. But I will get one for a future video. Don't worry, this is still part of the boycott, trust me. I'd also like to go over the GameCube library for the Nintendo Switch 2 Online, which was why I purchased an online expansion membership and a special Nintendo Switch 2 GameCube controller. But this is still part of the boycott, trust me. Yeah, this is still part of the boycott. I'm still boycotting. Boycotting! Hello, YouTube. This is Sloptuber number 3794 here. And I know a lot of people are mad at me regarding my hypocrisy. But I want to let you know that I'm glad my hypocrisy is the worst thing I've done, and I'm glad to have never done worse things like preying on minors or selling moldy school lunches. Or at least, not yet. Please don't check my Discord. I just want to say that I'm sorry for purchasing the Switch 2 despite making numerous videos that were padded out to ridiculous levels explaining about how I was going to boycott the Switch 2, but ended up folding like a 3DS. I also want to say that I'm sorry for the amount of hurt and betrayal I've caused among my viewers who were hoping that I would stick to my word regarding the boycott. But then again, if you're feeling this hurt or angry or upset over a machine that plays video games, then you seriously need to get a life. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to make this apology video so that way all of those drama slop-tubers and slop video essayists can leave me alone and not make a 30-minute essay showcasing my downfall. Which is really nothing more than an over-exaggeration of this ordeal, with the downfall being nothing more than losing a couple hundred subs that I'll get back within a couple of weeks. But you get the idea.
Hello YouTube, this is Moist Squidicle here, and today I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber who said they were going to boycott the Switch 2, who went back on his word. After waiting a few days just to see what the internet's consensus was, I believe this would be the perfect opportunity to make an 8-minute video that easily could have been an email, addressing the coldest, safest, most milquetoast takes on the subject. Because, God forbid, I end up forming my own opinion instead of going with the internet mob mentality like the NPC that I am. While this person is also a slop commentator like me, I'm going to dogpile on him because that's just how we roll in the YouTube slop ecosystem when one of us ends in the crosshairs.
Oh hey, before I end this video, I'm just going to break satire mode really quickly and say that if you did purchase a Switch 2 and you loved it, I'm genuinely happy for you, and don't let any other person on the internet calling you a Nintendrone or a corporate shill tell you otherwise. And for those of you who said that you were gonna boycott the Switch 2 and stuck to your word, I have nothing but respect to you for. As for my opinion on the Switch 2, even though I don't have one yet, I do plan on getting one if there's either going to be a price drop in the future, or if there's going to be more games coming out for it that I genuinely want. While Mario Kart World is a game that I genuinely want for the system, as well as the fact that I think the new DK game also looks pretty cool, as well as that sequel to Kirby Air Ride. Even though I'm not really a fan of the Kirby series, I'm genuinely interested to see why this game is so hyped up, aside from that one meme of the comments section of that one particular song from the game, and if you know, you know. Also, the Switch 2 isn't the only instance where I had this wait-and-see approach with a new console. I was also like that with the original Switch, with the release of Super Mario Odyssey being enough to make me want to get it. Even though, in my honest opinion, I genuinely think it's the weakest of the 3D Mario platformers, but that's just me. Now back to your regularly scheduled ending scene.